are going to be traveling. This will work whether you're traveling or whether it's just your coach that's traveling. So today we're going to have you start with the joint prep, so please do that. There's a link in the description below. Once you've done that, we're going to have you start with lateral foot wiggles. So if you're willing to, take off your shoe, and if you have something near you that's like carpet or a yoga mat or something like that, that's great to stand on, because you are going to help stretch out your feet by just like burrowing it into the squishy surface, right? So you're going to start with your heel on the ground, push your big toe knuckle down, kind of roll through that arch over onto your pinky toe knuckle, and then you're just going to try and maintain your whole foot staying on the ground as you kind of like wiggle. So it's probably not seeing much on the video, it's not really going to show that well, but this is going to help stretch out all of the muscles between the bones in there and allow you to have a better grip on your foot versus a clumpy little deer hoof, right? Because that's not helpful for adults and at least not human adults, right? So spend about a minute on each side here, and we're doing this because later in the workout we have a lateral movement that is super important that you have really good like foot contact on the ground. So about a minute each side here. From there, we are going to do inhale with arm rotation reaches. So I'm open to naming suggestions, but you're going to start with energy in your hands. So you're going to act like you're holding something, and elbows start close to your body. You're going to reach your arms forward, slowly internally rotate them, so your thumbs go down, pinkies go up, and round your upper back as you inhale. And then you'll exhale, shrug your shoulder blades back, start turning your thumbs up, and lift your chest up high. So inhale forward, exhale back. That is allowing your shoulder blades to kind of glide on your rib cage a little better. We're going to have you do 10 of those. The next thing that we're doing is split stance overhead calf pedals. So you're going to have your arms overhead. You're going to make sure that your butt is right under your ribs and your shoulders and your head. So reaching up nice and high. This is allowing all of like the blood that's normally like down in your arms to kind of come back into your system. It's also warming up your shoulders and chest for what we're doing later. And then the calf pedal, we're going to focus on gripping your toes, so not like scrunching, but like suction cup toes to the ground. And you're going to slowly stretch through the fascia of your foot and then come back up. And then go back down. So this is also stretching from this pinky all the way down the front of this hip to the front of that leg, right? So lots of little tiny stuff going on here for you to notice, but worst case, it's a good calf stretch. So we'll have you do 8 per side here, stretch up through, notice the differences in sides, play around with like the angle that your toes are pointing and see what works best for you. Eventually, you want to be able to like push through straight forward, but we'll talk about that in another video about feet. So 8 per side there, 10 on the inhale reaches, and then a minute on the foot wiggles. So please take your time with them, even though they're kind of weird. I promise they're really good for you. So do like 1 to 2 sets of that, and then we will have you stay tuned to move on to the strength part. All right, peeps, now we're going to do the strength portion of our video after you did your warm-up and the joint prep, right? So we're going to start with lateral lunge to balance, which is the lateral movement we did the foot wiggles for, right? So you are going to start by taking a big step over to the side. If you step to the right, your butt goes back and over the right heel. If you step to the left, your hips go back and over the left heel. So whatever direction you step towards, that hip goes back. So my right foot's planting on the ground, big toes stay down, hips go back. This is still maintaining contact with the ground, so my inner arch there is engaged, so I feel my glute and my inner thigh. And then I'm going to use this and my glute over here to pull me back up and balance, and then back over into the lunge, back up to balance. So if you're looking at the video going, what's this? Don't worry, you can also just do lateral lunges. So instead of doing the balance part, think about taking a big step over, go into your lunge, and then come back up. Or you can go into your lunge and then come back up to standing. So either of them are going to work really well for you. Any of them are going to work really well. We showed you 3. Do 6 to 8 per side. If you want more, go for it, but 6 to 8 should be good, and really focus on feet staying grounded, right? The next thing that we're going to do is alternating descent push-ups, or as Adrian likes to spell it, decent push-ups. So do them right. So the whole point of this is the eccentric lowering part. So this will help build strength with your push-ups over time. This will help keep shoulders nice and supported. It kind of helps like floss the collagen fibers back into place. So if you've had some shoulder injuries, these are really good for you too. Worst case, they're just good to do when you don't have access to a gym. So we're gonna start in high plank position, so thumbs are gonna be kind of pointing towards each other, fingers spread super wide, biceps rotate in, heels reach back, and head reach forward. So starting out here, you're gonna pick one leg up, lower down as low as you can, as slow as you can, and then get back up however you need to. So it's not like the push up, it's the lower. And then there, alternate sides. If that is not gonna work for you, just do normal ones where you're here and you slowly lower down. The goal is to avoid plopping. So we don't wanna see you doing this, right? If you feel like you're going to plop, think about going here and be like, oh no, put your knees down and then come back up from there. So the up part doesn't matter as much as the lowering part. Take your time with them, do up to 10. So if you're doing the alternating legs, it's 5 per leg. If you're doing on a box, you know, any of them work, up to 10, so 3 to 10. From here, glute bridge marching. So you will lay on your back, get yourself nice and set up. So you're gonna have a good foot connection to the ground. Again, those foot wiggles come into play, don't they? So wiggle your feet into the ground, kind of tuck your tailbone under, shrug your shoulders away from your ears and push your palms into the ground. So from that position, you're gonna lift your hips up, kind of curl your tailbone under, reach your knees forward, shrug your shoulders away. Once you're in your glute bridge position, you're gonna try and challenge that by lifting the heel or lifting the foot up, alternate, right? It's kind of hard to talk, but you are trying to keep your hips super stable. So if you pick your foot up and it's doing this, that means that you might be a pick your heel up person today, and that is fine. So either here, where you're staying up high and marching, or here, where you're staying a little lower and marching. But that is our anti-rotation movement for the day. The change in load that you're doing by lifting your feet up is gonna make your body wanna twist and rotate. We are fighting that, so anti-rotation, like an anti-hero, right? Do 10 marches per side. And then our final one is stationary A-skip. So think about like a high knee and a calf raise in one. So you're gonna bring one knee up, you're gonna drive it down, kind of hop on that leg as the other one comes up. So here, drive down, hop, hop. It's really hard to talk during these. So if this isn't something that you wanna do, that's fine. Do high knees. Or calf raises, really fast. Try combining them. So it's a really good one for runners. It's also really good to challenge like the muscles of your feet stretching, the way to like descent, coming down off of a curb or something, changing this pace of how you move. Really good for your body, really good for your brain. Also, this is on here to get your heart rate up. So worst case, do something that gets your heart rate up, like high knees or like the calf raises we were talking about. So I'd say probably, I don't know, 2 to 4 rounds of this, see how you feel. See what you're up for, and how much time you have. And I hope you have a ton of fun. I think working out's fun, so I hope you have a ton of fun. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon.